Hello there, my name is Joy Gihana and I am a mental health and family psychotherapist. I'm the founder and owner of Family Life and Beyond, and I'm excited to hang out with you here for another 10 to 15 minutes. And today's episode is going to focus on parenting style. In our previous episodes, we did explore how to build that safe, secure, well-rounded relationship with your child, but we did not exhaust all, those strategies. And I promise to come back with part 2, where we're going to focus on how to emotionally coach our kids and how we can, support and encourage them and teach them how to be emotionally intelligent. So that's what we're going to focus on today. My favorite researcher and renowned author John Gottman says that there is no good parenting without emotions. What does that mean? If a parent is going to deeply connect with their child, if they are going to build those meaningful, well-attached relationships with their little ones, they need to parent from their hearts. Of course, that does not mean that you cannot intellectually connect with your kid, by all means. But for the most part, if that relationship is going to thrive between you and your child, you need to parent from your heart. So what are some of the parenting styles? In his book, John Gottman, this book, Raising an Emotionally Intelligent Child, I will recommend every parent out there to read this book. Very, very informative book. John Gottman goes ahead to, share with us 4 parenting styles. So the first parenting style, he says, is the dismissing parent. What does he mean by that? So a dismissing parent is one that trivializes, minimizes, and technically dismiss their kids' emotions. Now, why do parents dismiss their kids' emotions? First of all, the main reason is because they don't know how to not to dismiss their kids' emotions. They are uncomfortable with sitting with their kids' emotions. So they feel overwhelmed, and hence the easy way out or the comfortable way for them is to really shove those emotions under the rug. Most parents, or some parents, did not get the opportunity as kids. They did not get an opportunity to be seen and to be heard and to fully express how they feel as kids. So as a result, you tend to inhibit those emotions, and you tend to, not know how to deal with emotions, which is why as a parent, a grown up, it's very hard for you to create, a space for your child without having to dismiss their feelings. So that is the first category of parenting style. The second one is a disapproving parent. So a disapproving parent has a lot in common with a dismissing parent, only that a disapproving parent will literally disapprove how their child is feeling. They will, in fact, even suggest, or they will end up punishing or threatening their kid because of how they are feeling. And why do parents do this? Again, parents do this because they never got the opportunity to engage or to feel safe growing up. They never thought that it is okay to actually feel sad, to feel angry, to feel frustrated. It is really okay to feel all those negative feelings. So because they're not comfortable, because they're not aware of how to deal with this, they will completely dismiss, or even, they will disapprove or threaten to punish their kid because they're crying, because they're feeling sad. Parents tend to dismiss, some parents will tend to dismiss because they are worried that they will be triggered. They will be triggered, their anger, they will feel angry, and they will almost like run out of self-control. So they will threaten to, disapprove their kids' experience because they are worried that kids will see them at their most vulnerable element. Some parents actually tend to think that sadness is finite, or that it's a finite commodity, and that is not true. You'll find, for example, a parent encouraging or discouraging a child to not to be sad over a broken toy, and instead save that sadness for a more challenging situation, such as losing a loved one and all that. And I really want to remind parents that there is so much sadness in the world, so you don't have to budget for sadness. Allow your child to decide what makes them feel sad. Only them will know what makes them feel sad. What makes me feel sad could be different from what makes my child feel sad. Please remember that this is about the child, and when they come to you because they're feeling a certain way, hold the space. Allow them to feel and to experience whatever they are experiencing. Sometimes as adults, we have people in our lives that are toxic and that are hostile. And as a result, we want to protect our kids from being that person. It could be our partner, it could be our parent, it could be a friend, whatever it is. But in the process of protecting your child from saving them from your partner's or family members' behavior, you tend to even make matters worse. You tend to be overly protective, and in the process, you may end up hurting your child. Now, what are some of the effects? How does a dismissing and a disapproving parent or parenting style, how do those two affect the child? This is how. So when a child is not trusted, when their experiences are dismissed or disapproved, they tend to mistrust themselves. They tend to grow up they tend to experience trust issues, because when they came to us as kids, we did not validate them. We instead dismissed or disapproved and even threatened to punish them because of what they are feeling. So we are taking that trust away from them in the process. A child that was disapproved or was dismissed, they will tend to struggle with low self-esteem. They will lack confidence in who they are, because, again, dismissing them sent that message to them when they were growing up. When you dismiss a child, they do not learn how to emotionally regulate themselves. So you're going to find that, as teenagers or as grown-ups, they are emotionally dysregulated. They don't know how to manage and cope with the emotions. Now, every emotion, there's no negative emotion that is bad. It's okay to experience any emotion. What is not okay is to hurt yourself or to hurt the people around you because of how you are feeling. So it is okay to feel angry. It is okay to feel sad. It is okay to feel frustrated. It is okay to feel stressed. And the parent's job at that moment is not to dismiss or disapprove, is to allow and validate this kid to feel whatever it is that they are feeling, and then transition them into how to cope with whatever it is that they are feeling. Lack of concentration is another side effect of disapproving or dismissing a child. They tend to have low grades, and their attention span can be quite short. Inability to set boundaries and maintain boundaries, and also problem solve. When we dismiss our kids' feelings, they don't know how to set those limits. They don't know when to stop. They don't know what to say, how to feel, and how to behave when they are experiencing different emotions. Kids that were disapproved and dismissed tend to struggle with emotional intimacy as adults. They are scared to go deeper, to intimately connect with their intimate partners. So those are just some of a few effects of not allowing our kids to really feel heard, feel valued, and feel heard, valued, and seen. The third category of parenting style is the laissez-faire. Laissez-faire is a French word that means allowing things to take course without interfering. So the laissez-faire parent will actually accept and recognize that their child is experiencing a negative emotion, and they will empathize with them, but for some reason they lack the ability to guide their kid through the process, and they do not coach or teach their kids to set limits and to problem solve. So they are well aware of the emotion. They allow their kids to throw a tantrum and cry and feel all the feelings that there is, but then that's about it. They stop there and they do not guide or coach the child into transitioning into problem solving and setting the limits. The last parenting style is the emotional coaching parent, which is the ideal parenting style. So in this parenting style, it has similarities between an emotional coach parent and a laissez-faire parent. They both actually recognize and they accept and they empathize with their kids. They accept and recognize the feelings, the emotions their kids are experiencing, and they go ahead and empathize with them. However, the difference between the emotional coach parent and the laissez-faire parent is that the emotional coach parent will go ahead and guide the child on how to, set limits, on how to problem solve after they've, validated and recognized and allowed the kid to feel what it is that they are feeling. Now, there is key steps to put into consideration if you want to be an emotional coach to your child. And those I'm going to share in our next episode. So please stay tuned, share your comments, and in the next episode, I will explore with you the 5 or 6 steps on how to be an emotional coach for your child. And I will also share with you when that is not appropriate. When do you put it on hold? When do you put emotional coaching on hold? So I'll see you then, and I hope that you stay tuned. Thank you, and bye for now.